Yeah, we went to visit on. I went to visit on the Thursday. The visiting's between 3 and 5. I got there just after 3, and he said to me right away, "Can we go in the garden?" Well, we'd been in the garden the day before, and I went, "Yeah, and it was a nice day." I said, "Fine." So we talked to the nurse. We said, he opened the door. He let us in the garden, and he was. I could see he was agitated, and I said to him, "What's the matter?" And he said to me, "I can't stay here. It's not helping me." I said, "Okay, I'll go and see them and see if you can come home." And he said, "No, they won't let me come home." I said, "Why?" Seemingly, he'd spoken to nobody. This has never been said before. Seemingly, he'd spoken to a nurse. And the nurse had said to him, they wouldn't let him go because he said he might take his life. He didn't say that. He said it was in his head. He didn't say he was going to do it. And they would section him. They wouldn't let him out. Now, so we were in the garden. I said, "Let me go and speak to them." But he'd walked up, and he walked up a little bit, and then he walked back, and he was looking at the trees. And I said to him, "I'll go and speak to them." He said, "No, it won't make any." And then the next thing I know, he jumps onto this tree, and he was over the wall. And that was it. That's the last time I saw my husband. I shouted to him, "What are you doing?" I tried to stop him, but he just went over the wall, and that was it. So I ran to where the nurses let you in. There was nobody there. So I had to bang on the door, and then this nurse that was passing, "What's the problem?" I told him. He started running around, telling everybody, shouting to everybody. And then there's about 6 nurses came. They ran outside. They were looking for him. And this guy, I think he was the head nurse, he got onto, there was like another building next to the garden. He got right on top of that to look, and he couldn't see him. And that was in a matter of 5-10 minutes at the most. And they also said I was his personal carer. Nobody told me that. There was no nurses in the garden, which there's supposed to be.
There was no nurses?
No, nobody. And also they said that he was a threat to himself and other people. That is an absolute total lie. My husband would not hurt anybody. He's not that kind of man. He's a big guy, 6'5". But he's gentle. He would never. I was so angry when I saw that in the paper. In England, if somebody goes missing, the first thing they do is go and interview the family. No, they didn't even come to see me. I haven't had one policeman in here. And I think it's wrong. They should have come to me first to find out what he was like, instead of reading things in papers. But I knew that it was medical, and I knew that if they'd have taken him into the Mater Dei and settled him down and investigated what was wrong with him, instead of putting him into that place where they did nothing but give him pills for the 2 days he was there, I think he would still be here today, and he would have been helped. And the actual place is totally grim. It is horrible. You go in there and it is absolutely, there's nothing nice about that place except for the garden. And I think that's why he wanted to go in the garden. There's nothing nice about it. The furniture is old and horrible. The place is horrible. They're locked in, which I suppose for psychiatry, if they have got problems, they need to lock them in. But it's just awful, honestly. That place, the Maltese government should close that place down and open a new, decent place. People they maybe have something wrong in their head, but they're entitled to dignity. And quite frankly, I don't think they're getting any dignity in there. Tom is somebody who will help anybody. Yeah. He's a nice person. He's a big guy, but he's great. He's like a gentle giant. If you need something done, he will help you. That's the kind of person he is. He walks a lot. He's into walking. He's like me. He's into football. We go out. We like to go out in restaurants. We like to go for a drink. He's a man who gets on with everybody. He's never had any mental illness. Never. The only illness he has is his diabetes.